Hello everybody. In this video we're going to cover two more stances. We're going to cover your forward stance and your back stance. So we'll get started with the forward stance first. So the forward stance, what you want to do here is, it's a longer stance. So unlike the walking stance, you're taking a longer step. You want that front knee bent, that back leg straight. So some of the common mistakes that students make with the forward stance is when they get into it, they step back and it's too narrow. So look, if it's too narrow, it's like I'm walking on a tightrope, I have zero balance. So the forward stance, you want to keep it shoulder width apart. So if I'm in that chungi position, and let's say we're stepping back into a low block position, I cross my block, I'm stepping back. See how my stance is shoulder width apart? That way I have proper balance, proper stability. Your back foot, you don't want it turned sideways. You don't want it facing completely forward. So you want a slight angle to that back foot. Front foot, toes are facing forward. From the side view right here. From this position to really sharpen up that stance and kind of lock it in place, I want you to focus on pushing your hip forward. Just by pushing that hip forward, it sharpens up, that front leg, makes everything a little bit longer, a little bit cleaner, and really kind of solidifies that stance. The forward stance, it's one of the stances that you're going to be demonstrating quite a bit throughout your Taekwondo training, in your combination movements, and all of your patterns. So it's a very important stance to work on, and sometimes we tend to neglect our stances a little bit. So very important that we're working on this one. So let's practice it again. From this position right here, we'll get into our chungi, and you're going to step back, boom, shoulder width apart. Focus on pushing the hip forward. Focus on your foot position. Front knee bent, back leg straight, nice and clean. So if you're practicing these stances at home, you can just take a step forward, and I want you to check after each step and just focus on those details. Focus on those little things like making sure the feet are in the proper position, making sure the width of the stance is correct. So those are the things that we need to practice and we need to clean up when we're practicing that forward stance position. The second stance we're going to work on right now is your back stance. So this stance we first find in pattern number 3, and then as you progress in Taekwondo, you're going to be using it quite a bit. So the back stance, another name for the back stance is your L stance. So what I want you to do when you first start practicing that back stance is put the heels together so it makes the letter L. Now from this position right here, I want you to take 2 steps forward and just relax, bend your knees. So I have one foot facing this direction, one foot facing this direction. If you look down, your feet should be positioned in the letter L. You want the weight distributed evenly in the stance. You don't want to be leaning back, you don't want to be leaning forward, but you want to keep the weight centered. Both knees are bent, and some of the common mistakes we see with the back stance is knees buckling in like this. So when you get into that stance, you want to make sure that it's a straight line from your hip, your knee to your toe, hip, knees, toes. So this is the side view of that stance. If I was stepping forward with it, right here again, you can start by putting those heels together just to make sure we're in that L position. Take 2 steps and just relax, bend the knees right there. So if I'm practicing this stance moving forward, I want to make sure that my feet are aligned properly, that my weight is centered, my knees are bent, and also be careful that you're not buckling in with those knees, but you have a straight line right here, hip, knees, toes, hips, knees, toes, and you're sitting down in that stance. So again, it's all about a strong foundation, proper balance, proper stability when we're working on these stances. All right, so make sure you guys are practicing this forward stance. as well as that back stance position. Good. Chariot. Ginyan.